Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. In this video I am going to show you that how you can create a calculator using Tkinter module. So to import Tkinter I have to write from Tkinter import star. That will import everything from Tkinter module. And now for creating an empty window I will write root equals to tk with empty parenthesis and root dot main loop with empty parenthesis. Now if I run the code, you can see here that the name of the window is TK, but I want to change it from TK to calculator. So let's head back to PyCharm. We have to add another line, root.title. In the empty parentheses within the quotation marks, I have to write calculator. Now if I rerun the code, you can see here that the name of the window is changed from TK to calculator. Now let's add entries and buttons in this window. So now for creating entry, I will make a variable e equals to entry with capital E, and now in the empty parentheses its properties like width, font, color, etc, etc. So width equals to 20 and font equals to, in the empty parentheses in the quotation marks, Calibri or Calibri Light, and then its size I will write here 25. Now after creating an entry, let's pack it in the window by writing e.grid row and column. I will write row equals to 0 and column equals to 0. Now let's run the code. And you can see here our entry is packed in this calculator window. And I can write anything in this entry. Let's write my channel. Do subscribe my channel. And I can also change its font. So let's head back to PyCharm and change its font from Calibri to Calibri Light. There are many more fonts in the Tkinter library, so you can search it on Google. Now you can see here the font is changed. Let's write hello. So yeah, our entry is created now. Now let's add buttons. Let's head back to PyCharm. And I will name first button b_1, and b_1 equals button with capital B, and in the empty parentheses its properties like pad x equals to 25, pad y equals 10. Now text equals 1, as it is the number 1, so I will write text equals 1. Background equals, in the quotation marks, gray or any color you want. Dot grid row equals to 1 and column equals to 0. That is for me, you can add anything you want. So if I run the code now, you can see here a button appears with text 1, but it is too small, so let's add font to it. We can increase the size in font. Now let's head back to PyCharm and let's remove that grid section, and I will copy the same line to create other buttons. But before that, I will write font equals in the empty parentheses the same as we have written in the entry, so I will copy as it is. Now let's pack this button in the windows to see if anything has changed or not. Now if I run the code, you can see here that the font of the button has increased. So now let's add more buttons like button 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and plus and equals to button. So I will copy this line and I will paste 10 times to create 10 buttons. Now that our buttons are created, let's pack them in the calculator window. So I will write b underscore 1 dot grid row equals to, let's say, 1 and column equals to 0. Now, now I will copy this line and I will paste it 10 times as it is, and I will make some changes in it to make a calculator window. So let's first change the numbers of button. And now I have to change some settings in rows and columns. So button 4, 5, 6 will be in row 2, and by following the same pattern the next 3 buttons will be in row 3. 0 button will be in 4th row. Now all buttons have been added in the window, so let's run the code, and you can see here it is looking a bit awkward. So to change that, we have to go to entry section, and in the grid section I will add another thing which will be column span equals to 3, as we have 3 buttons in a row. So I will write column span equals to 3. Now you can see that the buttons in this window are arranged perfectly, but there is some gap between them. So I will decrease the width of entry from 20 to 15. Run the code again and you can see that everything is perfect. So now let's add two buttons which are equal button and plus button. By following the exact same pattern in the above buttons, I will copy that and I will paste it as it is. But I will change the text. which will be in the quotation marks, the plus sign. Now let's copy the exact same line and paste it below 2 times, as we have 2 more buttons. I will change the name of button 0 to button add that I have written here. And to create equal button, I will copy it again and paste it again. But I will change the name of the button from button add to button EQ. And I will change the sign also from plus to equals. Now you can follow the exact same pattern in packing the buttons I have followed above. Let's run the code now. And you can see everything is just perfect. This is the basics of creating a calculator and buttons. In the next part of the video, I will tell you that how you can add commands in the buttons to write and solve the equations. So that's it for today guys. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you again in the next video. But if you have any doubts or queries, you can ask them in the comment section. See you next time.